Tough act to follow. Hello everyone, I'm Xavier Charlton. I am a senior at Gateway High School, aspiring to be an engineer. And for the past month and a half, 2 months, I have been working here at PG&E with Denise and Linda, working on several projects with them as we worked to update our lists in licenses that we've had. I've worked with Janet. I worked with Janet on her projects with packaging. I'm still working with Janet. And I've also worked with Devney about preparing our files and our software for as checkup and regular routine maintenance. 3 different projects on 3 different teams that I've worked on in about 2 months. It has been a hectic 2 months for me, to say the least. But as you've heard from my colleague Kyle, I've only been here for 2 months because I had a previous internship at a company called Accenture. And Accenture was a very labor-intensive company. They expected a lot from me, and unfortunately, I couldn't provide. I failed. But that failure taught me. It taught me the power of communication. It taught me that I needed to pick myself up and learn from an experience. And it taught me that I need to be one with my supervisors. Not just as a metaphorical thing that you would hear on The Karate Kid, but truly one with my supervisors. I needed to communicate with them and relay information so that they would know that I'm struggling and so that they can help me. And so in the 2 months, that's what I did. When I saw a problem, I talked to my supervisors, and I've learned. For those of you that you would come by and you'd see me nose deep in my monitors looking at an Excel sheet or at an email because I was either working on a project or I was either emailing my supervisor about what to do. And it was hectic, it was labor intensive, but I enjoyed every second of it because I could see exactly what I was doing. I could see that some of the sheets I was working on came from my colleagues, even with data recovery and damage repair, that came from Jonathan, as he explained earlier. And for me to take something that my colleagues have done, to transform it into something that I have done, and to pass it off to my supervisor so that they can pass it off to Jonathan so that he can work on his projects. And it's just a community, it's a family that I am proud to have been a part of. I will never forget the first day I came here, and Jonathan and Michael toured me around the building. They told me the history of PG&E. They told me about the building on the other end, about the history of the earthquake. They showed me the elevator shaft. I'm still terrified to look down there because it's too high, but it's something I'll never forget. And they told me about their supervisors and how they have a communication with them. And it was surprising to me how they can talk so calmly and so candidly with their supervisors, because before this, the only thing I knew about supervisors, which you would see on TV, about evil bosses and supervisors trying to push all their work onto their subordinates. But it's not like that here. And the best example I've had was when Mr. Mike Schneider pulled Kyle and I into his office and explained the family system here we have at PG&E. He explained to me about how I report to my supervisor and my supervisor's supervisor, and so forth, all the way to the top, and how we all work together to ensure that we each and every one of us get our job done, and that we all work to the common goal of safety for ourselves and for the people that we work with. And so it was that pushed me to work harder. It made me work even more diligently. It made me work faster, which I know Linda and Denise hated how fast we got to our work sometimes, but it was that trust that PG&E gave us that made me work harder. And so I want to take this time, I want to say thank you. Thank you to PG&E for trusting me to prove to not only to you, but to myself what I can do. Thank you to Genesis Works for that even though when I failed, you still trusted me that I could learn from this and that I could push forth, and I want to let you know that I'm working, and I'm still learning, I'm still failing, but I am still learning, and I know that as soon as this internship ends, which I'm dreading the day that it does, but I know that it will end. I will become 10 times better than I am right now, and at least 100 times better than I was when I came in. I want to say thank you.